the great need for a new revival, cooperating with the Lord to bring in a new revival that will end this age. Week 1, Day 2, Morning Nourishment, John 1:14. And the Word became flesh and tabernacled among us. 1 Corinthians 15:45. The last Adam became a life-giving spirit. Revelation 5:6. And I saw a lamb standing as having just been slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of God. The central revelation of God is God becoming flesh, the flesh becoming the life-giving spirit, and the life-giving spirits becoming intensified sevenfold to build up the church, to issue in the body of Christ, and to consummate the New Jerusalem. This spirit is to build up the church, which becomes the body of Christ, consummating the New Jerusalem as the final goal of God's economy. The Lord's recovery today is just the recovery of these critical points concerning the Spirit of God in the move of God's eternal economy. Today's reading. I am quite concerned for all the co-workers and elders. It may be that a good number of them do not have a complete understanding of what the Lord's recovery is. If we are asked to explain what the recovery is today, we should be able to answer in one simple sentence. The Lord's recovery is God becoming the flesh becoming the life-giving spirit, and the life-giving spirit becoming the sevenfold intensified spirit to build up the church that becomes the body of Christ, and that consummates the New Jerusalem. Christ made himself the first God-man, a prototype for the mass reproduction of many brothers, the many God-men. I have been a Christian for about 69 years. After so many years, I have been made by God to know only one thing. God became man so that man may become God in life and nature, but not in the Godhead. This is my unique burden, my unique message. God and man will become one entity, and that one entity is the mingling of divinity with humanity. This mingling will consummate in the New Jerusalem, which is the conclusion of the entire Bible. I recently fellowshipped with the co-workers and elders by speaking a very frank word to them. I said, brothers, many of you still work for the Lord by doing affairs. Your kind of taking the lead among the saints is not according to the Spirit, but according to your kind of realization. So you made a number of formalities, asking others to perform your formalities. This often causes opinions and even divisions. All the co-workers and elders from today onward should have a change. You have not been called by the Lord as a co-worker or an elder to carry out formalities. You have been called and assigned by the Lord to carry out God's economy, and God's economy is altogether centered on Christ, taking Christ as its reality. Without Christ, there is no economy of God. We may be very busy every day in the Lord's recovery in the church, and we may be very diligent and faithful, yet we do things that are not the contents, the reality, and the center of God's economy, so we need a turn. I pray, Lord, grant us in your recovery to have a genuine, real revival. The urgent need today is the practice of a kind of living that belongs to God-man, and the God-men are the very components of God's economy. All the elders and co-workers should pursue this reality so that they and their churches will be made into a model by the Lord, a model living in the economy of God. In my prayer, this is what I call the genuine revival. If all the churches would be such a model, that would be a prevailing testimony.